30 minutes and it shuts off. Game of done.
Hey, 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 how's things?
It's good people out there. I'm gonna be taking a move at a certain point. In fact, this is the last month where I'm at in Okinawa. I'll luckily be back as my home, but I yeah, gotta move at the moment. And yeah, once I'm all settled down again, hopefully we'll be able to up our game. But in the meantime, we'll give you the best we got, people. And thanks for Game It Done, holding it down. The gaming content is really primarily down to Game It Done. I've been using the music side of what I'm doing to bring in more people, but I'm really a gamer at heart. Thanks to Game It Done, is keeping the passion burning. And yeah, it's all Game It Done. What's up with you?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Life is busy at this moment, but otherwise, pretty good. I have, I'm very excited. This week, I am very, very excited. Um, there's a new revelation a few days ago. A teaser trailer dropped, and I am foaming at the mouth. I'm quite excited. It's not a movie; it is a piece of tech, and that's something I want to talk about today. We have talked along at great length, a great passion about Nintendo, the Switch 2, about Microsoft. We touched on PlayStation in the past. The big titans, the titans of industry. These guys shape the industry, and for good or bad, for right or wrong, they are the ones who define what is and what isn't. That's why I think people are upset with Nintendo for going such an anti-consumer route recently with the PlayStation, the Switch 2. Oh Lord, it just rolls off the tongue. Um, um, so yeah, it's frustrating to see, you know, losing ownership of your console. I don't know if we talked about it last week, but
Oh
Nintendo
yeah.
announced that yeah, they have the right to brick your device if you mod it, which
Audacity, I
feels
think.
yeah, the audacity. I mean, if they want to cut you off of online connections, if you mod your device and they go, that's it, you can't play with others. All right, that's fair. They want content restrictions. They want to have a certain degree of control. I know that the company From Software were quite draconian where people were modding and hacking Dark Souls because that is kind of a collaborative game. You can enter someone else's game, and people who were modding it were going in and screwing with other people, which wasn't fair. But it's your device. You bought the
Exactly, mate.
machine. It's your it's an object in your house that I purchased, and it's but
Mine.
they've said no, 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 no.
Yeah.
The idea that you own it is you don't. You own the license to use the device, and this feels like the absolute kind of big bad, the final evolved form of controlling like IP. Like it wasn't just like, oh, you wanted to buy a game, okay, buy it digitally because you don't own the game, you own the right to play it. And then it was, oh yeah, you want a physical game? Well, actually, we're going to put a code on the cartridge that lets you use the game. You don't own it, you own the license to play it. So even physical cartridges, you don't own that thing anymore. So you don't actually own a game. You own access. And whether you download, whether you purchase, videos, movies, you don't own them. You own the right to use them. And now it's actual machines, actual consoles.
I think that's the
We
thing.
don't
Yeah, it's one
own
thing if
the
it's the game.
console. Yeah,
Uh,
if it's the game, I can work around it.
mm,
It's annoying for people who maybe are traveling. You buy a game, you're like, oh wow, I want to play this. Well, I'm trying, I'm going from place to place. You plug it in. No, you need a code. You need a
that's the
download. Okay, well, I
that's
can't play this damn thing. What? It's very annoying.
bloody hell.
But
I'll take it back.
it feels
Mm.
like a step out of such control over like, wishing to absolutely control everything. But
Orwellian. Yeah.
yes, it's Orwellian. Thank you. It is absolutely Orwellian. It is double think. It is double speak. It is doing
Mm.
like, oh, we have the best device, but you don't own it. It's not your device. We have the best device. We'll share with you, but you don't own anything. And that someone at some point, hopefully, someone will bring this up in a more legal sense and kind of challenge that idea. But technology advances before laws. Laws are based on precedent and require actions to develop laws for. Something's got to give and screw someone before the law will be changed. It is what it is. But
Mm.
as we talked a lot about the big companies, screwing gamers, screwing developers. We also talked about the growing indie market, how it's gone from kind of a small collection of third-party games to a robust environment. And we're seeing in the last couple of years, a number of years now, third-party games have got enough clout behind them to come out hitting, to get Games of Year nominations, you know? And this year alone, we've had Claire Obscura 33, a company that has basically 33 refers to how many people develop the damn game. Oh yeah, there were smaller companies, they outsourced certain parts of the coding too, the sound effects, the voice acting and whatnot. But 30 people coding this game, and it is a smash hit success, which shows that you don't need 500 people spent, no, you don't need 200 people at Ubisoft spending 500 million to make another Assassin's Creed. You just need a team of people who have can budget well, can organize themselves, and create a product that people want to use. We don't need the bigger companies telling us how to do it. We can do this other ways, but they will always have a stranglehold because they're the device you use to play. You play on a Nintendo. So if the Nintendo says, "Oh, this device is ours," well, that's there's nothing you can do about it. You don't want to play a Nintendo brand game. Okay, play a third party game, but you still need the Nintendo console to play. You still need the PlayStation. You still need the Xbox. But we're seeing kind of a branching out now. We've seen with the Switch, we saw how popular portability, how important it was to people, and how game changing it was. You know, the Switch is arguably a very, not arguably, factually, it's a very weak device. It's not capable of a lot. You know, it's just two Wii's strapped together with bubblegum and blue tack. But the fact you could play anywhere and everywhere,
Exactly.
Skyrim, anywhere and everywhere, you know, it is amazing. It is so heartwarming to see that and thinking, yo, people love that so much that Steam, the Valve, the company that owns Steam, uh, took attention. We're like, okay, let's do this thing. And when you know, they were one of the earliest portable gaming PCs, gaming like hardcore gaming devices, and they really changed the game. They proved that there is a market for this, and I gotta tell you, folks, it is blossoming, it is blooming, it is gorgeous. The market now for portable devices is staggering. It between you know private companies, a lot more open companies. There's a lot of trash. It's true. There's a lot of shovelware, kind of poor, you know, cheap Chinese knockoffs. But there are some absolute bangers of devices, some truly beautiful pieces of machinery, and that will allow you to play all the classic games. You know, small, form-fitting, beautiful devices that will let you play, you know, all the past games. So, no, I'm not talking about we're playing NES or SNES. I'm talking about playing PlayStation 2 games on the go anywhere. You know, some of them go, my Steam Deck, I play PS3 games on it. Like games I haven't played before. You know, old games. I buy the game because I'm legal. I always make sure I have a physical copy of the game. Yeah. And then I play. I upload the information. I put it on the Steam Deck, and I play it on the Steam Deck because it plays better. I don't have a PS3. I'm not willing to buy a whole device to play like two or three games that I missed when I was younger, but I can play it on the
Amen.
Steam Deck. And
Exactly.
I play a lot of handheld games on my little MatMadik Switch, on my little MatMadik SP. It's a device same size as an SP, and it's so perfect for portable gaming. When I'm on the subway or on the bus and I've got like 30 minutes to kill, I just flip it up and I play it. There's a new game that's came out recently, and people are going gangbusters on it. I gotta say, I am loving this game. It is amazing.
I'm not so excited. It's just,
It's
yeah.
called Super Mario Mon.
What? Please
Super
gotta share that when
Mario.
you can.
Yeah. I will share this with you. Boop, boop.
So
This
let's
is
see.
my two thumbs up recommendation. Um, boom, here we have Super Mario Mon is a hack of Pokemon Emerald. It uses the Emerald engine, but you get to choose a team of Mario based enemies. So You go
Yeah,
in, you have your character, and then you select Mario monsters to fight in a Pokemon style battle, and it is so much fun. It is addictively fun. I am playing it every other moment. I mean, I'm playing God of War Ragnarok. That's the game I'm actually playing. But every time I get a free moment between
mm,
work and study, and to get a free time, like
mm,
every time I'm traveling between any two locations, I am playing this thing to death. I'm wearing down the buttons on this thing, and it is
that's
great. And looking at some of the wide pool of characters they brought in from a bunch of different games, this is a truly love letter to Mario. And you could play games like this. The games like this are available out and about for very reasonable prices. I mean, I've got my MatMadik SP for less than $100, and I have a plethora of games on it. And I've got hacks like this. I've got people's own home brewed games, and they are good. I mean, hell, the guys who did homebrew Sonic games ended up making Sonic Mania. So, this is the genesis of some pretty impressive developers. So, I wanted to talk about, I'm talking about this. I'll go back to my main point. There is a growing entire industry of portable gaming devices that are almost on par, pushing into the actual realm of current gen gaming, are able to play current things. Like you could get yourself an Odin 2, AYN Odin 2. And this thing, fantastic. You could play Switch games on it.
See,
No
dude,
problem.
this is, I think what I'm loving about what I'm hearing from you so much, and the Patron, of course, is just how organic this feels.
Yeah.
This is what, it's one thing I gotta say is when we spoke a while back about the Google Stadia experiment and everything, it's like, I was speaking to a student the other day, about how a company with so much money and resources, you think that they'd not be able to crack into the gaming industry properly because gaming is an organic experience in my experience. And this is what I love about the gaming industry is that, especially in the wake of AI, I formulated this phrase in my mind very clearly. Even thinking about what people in the AI industry seem to project for the future. Like this guy who works at Google or Elon was saying, like, AI can do all these jobs in 10 years and what have you. And I'm like, he said the issue, but Elon in fact said, the issue is fulfillment. And I was like, yeah, of course it is. Is that can you fulfill people by doing their work for them? And I say computers can no sooner, or AI can no sooner truly replace humanity than it can fulfill you by eating your food, your food for you.
Oh,
Sorry, I said it wrong. So let me say it
absolutely.
again. Yeah, it's like you can't just like eat. If imagine it says I'll eat your food and I'll give you the information on how well it tastes. No, the whole point of what we're dealing with is that we are experiencing it, and the whole thing with this Nintendo. One thing I've got to hand is Nintendo over is as much as monopolistic as one can accuse them of being and just being cutthroat in the world of business. They
Now, yes, I
then
think
mm.
yeah, the new guard, the new team.
Yeah, but
They're
they said
cutthroat.
this. Yeah, I mean, now going back in the past, no matter how and say how like let's say litigious they've been guarding the IPs and what have you, they know when they've got a stinker. Let's just say like the Virtual Boy, I can understand what they're going for, but if things didn't work, it didn't work at the time, and then the Wii U, they know when they have to pivot. So no matter how much money you throw at something, ooh, sorry, we got 10 minutes until we have to do
Mhm.
a part two, but no matter how much money you throw at something, if you don't have an organic swell of what's going on, it won't work. You can't put metal seeds in the ground and hope metal trees will grow up. You don't care
Exactly.
how much money's in the metal. So we have to so
Buddy
we have to
frozen.
like really appreciate what's happening with the market now with it's almost like rivals to the Switch or oh sorry, I'm back up.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, so I have to admire right now what's happening with the rise. You said that first again?
No, no, no,
Oh,
you're
bloody
fine.
hell. Can you hear me, people? Okay, yeah, so I've said what's happening in the market right now in the advent of these portable games that the Switch has been the father of or mother, no, maybe father, I say. But yeah, what would you think
But
of that?
The Game Boy
That was the one.
dominated the
The Game Boy
online
started
market,
it.
the portable thing, and then the Game
Yeah.
Gear tried to rival it, but it was too big, too cumbersome. Sony had a good stab at it. PlayStation Portable, PSP
Mhm.
Vita, still one of the benchmark amazing portable devices. I gotta say, I've got one.
It's,
Um,
It's just
but
like with
it
Apple
was too
phones.
advanced. It was too yeah. There's iPhones, playing games on your phone felt like the right evolution, but that just became shovelware, just like a
Right, right,
cesspit
right.
of poor practices, which then affected mainstream gaming. But yeah, it's amazing to see what's available out there outside of these big titles and these big companies. Bigger publishers like, oh, we have the biggest IP. Like, yeah, but let's look at the indie market. There's some amazing stuff in the indies. And then
Exactly,
now
exactly.
we're really seeing that, yeah, we have the console makers, the ones that we play games on. Well, there are other devices we could play games on. Hell, Steam is coming to Xbox. It's so successful. So, before we finish part one, we're going to watch this
Mhm.
quick trailer, and I want to just I don't know share the hype. I'm so hyped for this thing. Right. It's a
Yeah,
minute. It's
let's
like a
do
few
it.
seconds long. Let's check it out.
I love the cheesecake.
It's nice. It feels very
There
natural. Whoop.
we go.
That's it. So it's just a teaser trailer. We don't need to see the front
Oh
of the
my,
device.
I knew it.
But
Yeah, it
looking at
looks.
her hands, like what we're seeing is this is the MatMadik slide.
It looks
It
like
is a.
BlackBerry phone.
It looks like a BlackBerry. Yeah, this is the
Mhm.
entire screen. The whole front is the screen.
Mhm.
You can see here the shoulder buttons,
Yeah.
and then she pulls it out, and then what does she do? She's just like the PSP Go. Boom. She
Oh,
slides
I
the screen
gotcha.
up, and the controls are held underneath. And I think that as someone
Mhm.
who enjoys portability, likes the ability to play a lot of games out and about with any kind of games or variety of games when I'm out and about. Even when I'm at home, I'm sitting on the sofa, I'm sitting and laying in bed. I like to play games where I feel comfortable. This looks amazing. It looks slick. It looks stylish, and you can just about see it right here. There's an air vent, which means this is a higher end chipset, which means this thing will be able to
Yeah.
play PlayStation 2 games, Wii U games. Hell, this thing
Sorry,
might
you're
even be able to
gone.
play
Wii U
as
games.
yeah. This thing will be able to play like PlayStation 1, N64, no problem. It'll be able to play PlayStation 2. Mostly, I reckon they're playing all but the most labor-intensive PlayStation 2 games. Fine, it'll be able to play GameCube, your Dreamcast. Uh, it'll be able to play Wii U games. This thing will be able to play a lot of games all in one comfortable form factor. I'm like, yes.
What the hell, Gamer then? What is going
The
on here?
fry holding money meme. Fry holding
Yeah.
money meme.
I got
Ah,
money.
yeah.
I just,
Just
oh
I'm
my
excited. I am
God.
very, very excited about this because there's a lot of really good
Bloody hell.
devices coming out. Uh,
So many
I see.
gaming handhelds
this.
that came out in
Wow.
2024. Here are
I know this
my
guy.
three favorite ones. Number three is the
A wolf, yeah.
2 Mini. It looks a lot like a PlayStation Vita, but it's an Android device, which means you can load it up with an
What?
emulator.
Oh no.
Number two
See,
is the Ambernic
oh my God.
RG35X
Wow.
SP. It
Yes,
looks
he's
like a
got it,
Game Boy
people.
Advance
Do you have
SP.
it to show us at the
Play
moment, Gamer Dan?
Game Boy Advance,
To this case.
N64, and even Dreamcast games, even some DS games. And my number one
Sure, I play a lot of DS games on it.
favorite
Yo,
device of
yo,
2024
yo.
is the
Sorry, that's all I gotta say.
RGLIX. It's a PC handheld. It just straight up runs Windows. The reason why this is my favorite is because I put Bazite on here, which is essentially a homebrewed version of Steam OS. My ROG Ally X is basically just a super powerful Steam Deck. There are 5 other
Yeah, I say there are a lot of devices out there from small portable handheld things you can just pop in your pocket and it has classic games to more mid-range, which has more of the advanced things. That's why I'm excited about the Ionic Slide. That's more of a mid-tier. It's able to play PlayStation 2, GameCube, Dreamcast, more advanced games of that generation. And then you've got the high-end stuff, like the Robust Ally, the Steam Decks, and more of them are coming out. Hell, even Xbox is bringing out their own portable that's allied with
This is too
uh,
much.
the
This is too
Robust
much.
Ally. The same
What?
company doing this
No!
is working with
No!
Microsoft to do a portable
No!
Xbox device. PlayStation is working on their own
No!
portable their next playable device. There was rumors that the PlayStation's next main line, the next PlayStation console was going to be portable, but that's been dashed. I think someone said, no, 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 they're doing it concurrently. So they're doing a PlayStation 6 and a new PlayStation Portable. But
Game of the
portability is the name of the
no,
game now. The portability
dude.
is a massive form factor because let's be honest here, how much better are the graphics going to get and how much more photorealistic? Looking at some of the games now on current gen devices, it's it's near perfect. You know, we are in the
Exactly.
uncanny valley, you
Yeah.
know. So, you know,
Exactly, especially with AI. The game of that, I think the thing that you see when you were telling me this before, I'm sure the audience we mentioned too is it's one thing to hear you describe it. Well, when you see it in action, it's like it's actually here. It's I mean because it's when you're speaking, I get into dreamland, imagining things. But I'm like, oh, hold on. There's a physical in the flesh format of this stuff to feel. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh no, I really kept saying no. I'm thinking, Nintendo, what you gonna do when they come for you? I'm thinking, I'm thinking. What the Switch was effectively bringing the best that they had with the Game Boy together with the best that they had with the home
console.
console, and now it's like all we can do is make. At the moment, it seems like all they can do is make it better. But when you're threatening to break consoles, it's like now the other companies. Now again, I'm sure that they're going to try it too because they already followed suit with raising the prices to ungodly amounts. But next thing you know, they're trying. But I don't know if they can try and undercut Nintendo. Wait, no, and here's the thing. How in the hell are you playing Wii U games on a portable device without Nintendo saying, pay us? Is this a
Yeah.
Kickstarter that's gonna get pulled
No,
down?
no, no. This is all. It's all active. I mean, I
How?
have. I just saw in the little trailer thing. His second favorite one was the MatMadik SP. It has the same proportions of a Nintendo SP, just a little bit thicker because it needs more processing power. But I play N64 games on it. I play Dreamcast games on it. I play PlayStation 1 games on it, and they play beautifully. I even upscale the graphics to make them look better. But those are just three general ones that you saw from three tiers. So there is a massive market out there. There's a few more I want to show off in part
Part two,
two,
yeah.
but the point is that you're quite right. Nintendo rocked the boat, shifted the paradigm, thought outside the
Mm.
box by marrying their portability market, which was the only thing keeping their company afloat during the time the Wii U times, with home console, and then bringing together a device that could be both, and people loved it. But now there's a robust market growing, a big groundswell of other companies who are like, "Yo, we can do that.
Oh
We can
no.
do that." And Nintendo may have shot themselves in the foot because if they're going to continue down some pretty aggressive anti-consumer practices, there
And
are now options. People have other options. They don't have any options for the newest Nintendo games.
games,
If you
yeah.
want to play a Nintendo game, you need to play it on a Nintendo device. But older, even like a generation ago, just like Switch games are out there in the wild, and you don't need a Nintendo device to use them. We'll talk about more in part
Part
two, right?
two. Oh my God. Ooh, cliffhanger.
Talk
All
soon. All
right.
right.
It's
See
soon.
you soon.
Peace.